Hello everyone, welcome to Global Government News. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2011, the winter solstice, 1 year from when the Earth is just going to disappear and come to an end. No, I don't believe in any of that crap. But either way, I'm going to start with this video on Benjamin Fulford, and he's a Japanese journalist, and he's actually talked with prime ministers and politicians and that, and including the Japanese mafia, as far as the HARP earthquake. It was basically the Japanese did not want to submit their economy to the world economy, the Western economy, basically the New World Order, and so they basically harped them, and that's what the tsunami was all about. And so now he's trying to uncover something which has to do with the world's gold supply or reserves. Allegedly, every country has put in all of their gold into this fiat currency system, and China especially. And now that the West is basically reneging on their agreement that they had, now they're calling in for their gold reserves, and it kind of makes sense because that's what's going on with Venezuela calling in their gold, and then of course you have Libya. Long story short, I guess this is how it works, is that we think that the money fiat money isn't backed by anything, but it is. But the only thing is that these gold reserves are being held in central locations, like I said, and scattered about. And I guess what he's trying to do with this lawsuit, and that with China and they're calling in their gold reserves, is going to put the financial system as we know it on its head. So mostly the power elites, the Western elites, don't like this.
Okay. Now I'm going to say this in English. I have suffered numerous murder attempts. The people who tried to kill me include Henry Kissinger, George Bush Sr., David the Rothschild in Geneva, okay? And the people who are now at the source of the problems in the United States include Frank Carlucci, James Baker, Paul Wolfenson, George Soros, Zbigniew Brzezinski, Timothy Geithner, okay? These people are murderers and criminals. You need to arrest them. If they resist arrest, they are murderers. You must shoot them. You must not let these people be free. This is important. They are planning to start World War III and murder billions of people. David the Rothschild in Geneva, don't think you're safe in your castle there. You're not. We know where you are. We know who you are. And you have this serial child rapist Pope Malevolent the 16th. Well, he's going to be dead soon. And good riddance. Satan is waiting for you. There are a lot of these scumbags now who are on the run, and we've got to push. We've got to remove them from power. They are preventing humanity from progressing. They've held back technical progress by at least 100 years, if not more. They are trying to murder 4 billion people. They are trying to start World War III right now in Iran and in Syria. And everybody says, gee, I don't know what to do. Come on, it's just a few old men. Why don't you Americans put them in jail? And I'm letting you know now, there's a threat against Japan. There's a ship right now drilling nuclear bombs into the seabed off the shore of Chiba. It's called the Chikyu Maru. And if Japan is attacked again with a nuclear tsunami, then I've heard that there's going to be retaliation. They're going to sink a large rock formation in the Canary Islands, which will cause a 300-foot tsunami to hit the east coast of the United States, including New York, Washington, and Miami. You must prevent such tragedy. You must arrest these criminals. We know who they are. J. Rockefeller, George Bush. Don't forget the gangsters in Chicago who control Obama. Don't forget Benjamin Netanyahu. And I have another thing I want to tell to the Jewish people. You are a God-fearing, good people ruled by Satan-worshipping gangsters, okay? The Israeli flag should have been the menorah. Instead, you have a satanic symbol, okay? That is a satanic symbol on your flag. That is not a Jewish symbol. Why isn't the menorah on the Israeli flag? I'll tell you why. Because the Rothschild family, who created Israel, worship Lucifer. They worship Satan. They don't worship Yahweh. They're not real Jews. Their real name is Bauer. They're using you. And you're making fools of yourself by going along with this insane plan. Hurry up and arrest those criminals who have taken over leadership of your society. This is not a joke. There's enough evidence out there for everybody to know it's true. It's all over there. Anybody who has done any research in the well-documented, thoroughly proven facts will know that a criminal gang has controlled your financial system for the past 300 years, and they are planning genocide, and they must be stopped. We will stop them. This is a declaration of war. You hear me? David Rothschild, okay? You're not safe anymore.
Hello everyone, welcome to Global Government News. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2011, and I'm Darko. My website is ggnonline.com, and ddarko2012 is my YouTube channel. So you just saw that riveting little video there. I told you, and I'm going to keep moving here for time's sake. Scientists, all the links will be posted in YouTube's video description if you'd like to finish watching that, which I recommend. I haven't even watched the entire thing myself, so scientists, I'm going to, basically I'm waiting to do it as soon as I finish making this video. Scientists weaponize deadly bird flu, considering releasing results necessary to create bioweapons. So they weaponized bird flu, right? And now they're actually considering releasing the research. Well, that's what they do. It's called a false flag. Hong Kong authorities slaughter 17,000 chickens in new bird flu scare. So it's a bird flu scare, and they killed 17,000 chickens. It says after a chicken carcass there was found to be infected with bird flu. Next up, and don't forget, like I said before, the bubonic plague. They're actually been messing around in a lab, and the scientist that was working on that died. So you got that out there too. And they were trying to just bring it back, you know, like it's some kind of historical document that they're going to bring back. No, it's a virus that can kill people, but that's their goal, like you just heard. Says here, flu shot fantasies, how influenza vaccines halt flu infections even when they don't. So it says here, vaccines are so effective at halting diseases that they confer total immunity, says vaccine advocates. Take a flu shot and you won't get the flu. Vaccines need no proof that they work. The best part about, well, they use the word total morons who get vaccinated every year with flu shots is watching them try to explain why they always get sick anyways. That's right. They cause brain damage as well. But, yeah, I haven't really gotten sick in a long time. And I don't take vaccines. I haven't taken them in over 4 years. So Wal-Mart pulls formula after Missouri baby's death. Given formula became gravely ill with suspected bacterial infection and died after being taken off life support. And I guess it's called Enfamil newborn powder, and there you can find the lot number. Link will be posted. Next up, thousands of British women told to have breast implants removed if you're worried, as French authorities issue cancer alert. That's right, cancer alert for breast implants. Former Miss Venezuela dies of breast cancer at age 28. So that's like I said before. Oh yeah, I heard my buddy has cancer. Oh yeah, he's got cancer too. So now it's a new thing. It's almost like a trend, a fad. It's cool to have cancer. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying eventually they can make it so that it's cool and that you want cancer. It's pretty sick. Medical Journal article: 14,000 U.S. deaths tied to Fukushima reactor disaster fallout. And we all know how that happened or why it happened. 2 deaths from brain-eating amoeba linked to sinus remedy for colds. And this, of course, what is older news. I'm sure most of you have known this, but this is why I'm finally getting a chance to get to it. But the biggest thing was what? Is that she used fluoridated tap water. She used tap water instead of distilled or sterilized water. So it just goes to show you what's in that water. We've been shortchanged. Theater under fire for replacements at Seven Dwarfs with children in masks and pre-recorded voices. That's right. Says here that the children appear on stage wearing masks, but their lines are pre-recorded by adult actors and played to theater on a loop while the young performers try to match their movements to the soundtrack. Next up, we have more young people see opportunity in farming. This is a little propaganda piece that I saw today on Yahoo. Well, scouring for some news articles, and you know, it seemed kind of nice and a cool story. You know, that are in their 30s like me, and they're, you know, getting away. You know, they got degrees, and you know, they're in business, and now they're gonna start up a farm, and it sounds nice and everything, right? But it doesn't work like that anymore, unfortunately. The speculative scrum driving up food prices says here bankers, hedge funds, and sovereign wealth funds are gambling on hunger by speculating on food supply. Global regulators should step in to stop. Well, no, they shouldn't. We should just go back to the old system of where people had their food locally, which is what those farmers are trying to do. The only problem is that you have what? You have speculation, and then you have what? You have man-made climate change. They're spraying. So China to control Mother Nature steps in, man-made rain, and they're doing that in the United States and everywhere else. So now you're going to have to deal with floods and all that other stuff. So good luck with that, with your farm. Also, these may be the droid farmers are looking for. Robots on the farm, I covered this before as well, but I'm just tying it in to tell a story. It says dairy farmers are doing that across Australia as dozens of farms have gone high-tech with the latest mechanization. It's the way the industry is going to look in 15 to 20 years' time, they say, right? But unfortunately, what? They're going to phase you out until there are no humans even running the farm at all. So you go ahead and run that little family farm and listen to that propaganda on Yahoo. International airlines will be charged for carbon emissions, EU court rules. So it says here, all airlines flying to and from EU airports will buy permits under the Europe's emissions trading scheme. And it's funny because what do they show? Oh, they show man-made climate change. They're spraying aerosols. And you know who's going to pay for that? It's not going to be the company. It's going to be you. They're going to pass that increase on to you. Smart meter technology, just like these coal companies and these power companies, they're going to just offset it onto you. Smart meter technology to drive up the cost of power, cost of cooling your home, and cooking dinner could double under a new Gallard government proposal. That's, of course, in Australia, but hey, that's the model. That's the template, like China is for the rest of the world. Seattle's new ban on plastic bags pushes people to less environmentally friendly options like paper bags, which I guess use more energy, they said. Brazil bans smoking in public places nationwide. And if they can ban smoking outside, and now they're talking about banning smoking in people's cars, they can ban you from smoking in your house or smoking at all. U.S. income inequality higher than Roman. And some people think, well, why would they want to do that? Don't they want to kill you? Well, I kind of like Alan Watts' little theory of that. It actually helps bring out the nanoparticles and nanofibers that you're ingesting from the spraying. So U.S. income inequality higher than Roman Empire's levels. Wow. Then we have Australia in the grip of unemployment crisis as jobs set to be slashed after Christmas. Europeans, especially in Greece, leave in mass amidst financial crisis or takeover of each country's sovereignty. Teenage model 16 killed herself under a train after boy canceled their cinema date by text message. And she says, I'm going to kill myself tonight on Facebook because she was so upset at being turned down for the date. Which this is interesting, right? Girl Project reveals what teens are really thinking. So a sociology experiment was conducted, and this is what they're thinking. Biggest fear besides being alone, number 2, is rejection. Next up, shocking body image news. 97% of women will be cruel to their own bodies. Chinese officials forbidden to believe in religion. That's right. Senior officials said that the position is that its party members cannot believe in religion. So the global government, the UN, adopts religious intolerance resolution championed by the Obama regime. So I guess this group got the majority of these spaces, and it was Damon Vix that was behind the effort to allocate the spaces by a lottery system. And it says here, Vix now helps other atheists acquire park spaces, including American Atheists Incorporated and the Freedom from Religious Foundation. That was in California. Then in New Zealand, new billboard depicts Virgin Mary holding a pregnancy test in order to spark thought and conversation. Then New York students suspended for organizing Tebow. SNL Jesus asked Tim Tebow to take it down a notch. It was kind of interesting because I do play fantasy football. I don't have a certain team or anything, but I thought it was kind of weird how much, media coverage that this man was getting. And I was thinking about it. It was artificial, and it was artificial for one reason. It was a psyop to bring him down. And Pat Brady takes some air out of Tebow Main. And to be honest, I think all these NFL games are actually rigged and pre-planned who's going to win. So it's easy to make the Broncos get their asses kicked like Tebow did. We have student sues school district over punishment for expressing his religious views against homosexuality. Then next up, editor ousted over racial slur against Rihanna, a programming icon. Naughty, naughty, you can't do that. Sensitive Santas cater to children with autism. Bad Santa taunts autistic boy, asking him whether he's had his medication tonight. Lesbian vampire killer claims family of victims have forgiven. And Sulu asks Star Trek fans and Star Wars fans to unite against Gone is any sense of heroism, epic battle, or camaraderie. Now we have vampires that sparkle and moan in high school.